And we're back. This was first chance, first try. Let's do this. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Mom?
Before we were so rudely interrupted by technical difficulties. Of course, not Lexi's fault, but you know, game being the game. I was just gonna say, if people want to hear terrible Scottish accents, I'll have to channel my inner Ewan McGregor. And David Tennant and James McAvoy.
Oh, if only Veronica were here. She loves James McAvoy.
You know this line is insecure. Moira, stop. I'll call you.
So he was going to be at a convention that I was thinking about going to, and he canceled, so I'm very sad about that.
That's happened to me before with celebrities I wanted to meet.
And now we're off to Scotland. Nice transition.
Was in the picture. Okay.
Has anyone in chat been to Scotland?
Hey, my sister.
Curious.
I wish.
I'm on it.
I had a chance to go when I was in London the first time, but I didn't end up going.
Go check into your
Oh man.
I wanted to stay in London too much.
Yeah.
What was your
Too much to
favorite?
see, too much to do.
What's your favorite part about visiting London?
Well, I went to a lot of great theater when I was in London. So that was...
Is that when you saw Hiddles?
I saw Hiddles in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
You saw him outside of his natural habitat of London.
The American girl. Do I know you? You do.
Oh,
now?
Bridget.
I'm Bridget. I'll be
Bridget.
outside. There's something very important I need
Oh
to
yeah.
tell you.
Lexi's Scottish accent is going to be way better than mine, so...
It's not the greatest, though. Okay, it's
At least you can roll your R's.
true. Give me my money. Okay, fine. Ugh. There we go. There's a lot of grabbing money in this game. Because otherwise you end up having to do the cookies.
You had something
CJ, family friendly.
Just
Oh, yes, Risa, are you here? We have a watch stream.
I'm trying to get Risa or Dr. Husband, who is actually watching the stream.
Okay.
Just we'll continue on for now, and Dr. Ray Ray. Oh, okay. Hey.
Why did you come alone? Don't
I do.
What?
Why do I have this eggs out still? Ah.
I need you to find.
And we do have another donation from Hotch Kiss My Bagpipes. $5, no comment.
Like actual no comment, or...
No, just no comment was left alongside the donation.
Yeah, just blank. Okay.
Okay.
Sarah has a thing for Alec, apparently. I don't think I can blame Sarah, really.
Yeah, he's pretty great. Grab that, grab that.
Help.
Okay, can we get a poll in the chat? Do we blame Sarah or do we not blame Sarah?
That's a
For
good
what?
I'll let you go.
For
Goodbye.
being into Alex.
No, I don't blame her at all. I like her. a lot.
I don't know. So there's some disagreement.
What?
Devon was
I really need to
saying I can blame Sarah.
Okay.
You know I love you.
Yes.
And we got a poll going.
Hot or not?
Get me the oatmeal parfait
I don't want to be perceived like this. Okay, most people are saying we don't blame Sarah.
Nice.
Solid.
I would agree with that.
Okay, the votes are changing a bit.
Uh-oh.
It's getting close.
You're in Scotland?
What?
Sorry, Carson, I gotta hang up on
I'll
you.
let you go.
Should we have a conversation about
Now get everything Moira has
how
for.
poorly
Great,
Nancy
that's one of
treats
the things on the
Carson
list.
in this
Now you
game?
get the rest.
Yeah, honestly.
That's everything. Now
Like, I
get
think I
ready
like this
to
game
go
pretty
to
well,
work.
although it's been a long time since I've
I got that for you,
personally
wanted.
played it,
Here
and
you go.
I've watched it a lot recently,
Thanks.
but for some
I'll let you
reason.
go.
Goodbye.
Oh, it is one of the later games, so probably one that people haven't replayed
Alright,
as
I
much.
got what you wanted.
Okay.
Now please.
This
I
part
want
I
to
mess
talk
up
to
a
you
lot,
about my
so
mother.
fingers crossed.
Her name was Kate.
You got this.
Nancy, I had no
I always end up
idea.
hiding in
I
the
would
cupboard
know.
instead of grabbing the tap
come in.
things.
Oh,
What you doing here?
Yeah.
Just you, what? I'm so sorry.
I guess. Yes. Yeah. Was anyone following you?
Not that I know of.
Hide. Now.
What's going on?
you're in Scotland? I'll let you go.
Okay. Grab that.
I hate Ned,
Back.
but Spy Ned is chill.
Yes.
Yeah, Spy Ned can hang.
Stay
I am not.
Got it.
the sound. I want
Yes!
you here.
What's
That was weird, I'm sorry.
There's a safe behind the breaker. Look under the teapot. Follow what you find to the safe house.
I remember playing this for the first time and just like looking at my stepmom who plays with me and
Oh,
just
gentlemen,
be,
you must be here
Oh.
to abduct me. Oh, come, is that really necessary?
is that really necessary?
Really necessary? Yes, it is.
You got a sneak preview of the terrible Scottish accents coming your way if you donate. How much did
Yes.
we say?
150?
Give me money. Thank you.
We need 150 during this run to unlock.
For a really bad Scottish
equal
accent.
the number from the teapot?
Oh, but just being really flabbergasted by the drama that unfolds in this game really quickly.
And when I first played it, I was so confused because I was like, who would hide in the closet? Everyone would just know you were in the closet. But
Apparently not.
I always wondered where the bathroom was in this
I don't
cottage.
think there's one. She's got an outhouse.
I was about to say probably an outhouse.
Oh my god.
Poor Moira.
Next speedathon is gonna be to raise money for her to have a real bathroom.
Yeah. Donate $10 for Myra to get a restroom. Or a water closet.
Water closet, yeah. Washroom. Is washroom specifically just Canadian?
You're being right now.
Might be Canadian. Any Canadians in chat, can you verify?
Bess.
Okay, you know, honestly, I am Canadian, and my parents have always said washroom, and now I'm like, oh, is that a Canadian thing? I just never realized it.
You made me.
I think it's Canadians default to it more. I mean, we still know what it means here.
That her
But
mom doesn't
Right,
care enough
yeah.
for
So
her to
use it.
stay? Just leave then. Run off to Scotland.
Oh, grow up, Carson.
What's wrong with just saying toilet? That's where you're going.
the toilet. Give me money.
In the UK, it's usually toilet.
Okay, now that I know that that's what the Brits say, I am opposed to it.
It's like it's missing a part.
Wash your hands in the toilet.
I don't want to do that. We need that.
Let's give this.
What happened to the loo? Yeah, I think they say
I do use loo as
blue.
well. Oops, that is
This-
not good for it.
People of chat, does anyone use John? Going to the John?
Oh.
Okay.
The only time I've really heard the context of John in that sense is like people saying Porta John.
Oh yeah.
Which, that just feels weird to me too.
Alright, I did not do well on this. It's okay.
Absolutely not. This is not 1952.
CJ is telling us that
Get an even higher
that
score.
getting a perfect archery 100 is a necessary part of the speed run. So,
No.
not looking good.
It's definitely not a necessary part of the speedrun. This is the first time I failed it since I started practicing, so. Oh well. There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
GG.
Alright.
I think that is
There we go. I'm
probably the way that CJ would do a speed run is
good.
just
You have to get 100 on the archery.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I definitely
100.
think so. Well, how long did he spend in this archery the last time he played this game?
It's a long time.
It was a really long time. Okay.
I'm pretty pleased with this
Can we
development.
get some pogs in the donations for how great that archery was?
Yeah, for real.
Money.
Space of Diamond says, I'm American. It's a restroom if it's in a public place and a bathroom in your home. That's an interesting distinction.
I can go for that, yeah.
It's
I've never thought about it, but because I think I say both interchangeably, but yeah, that could be a nuance that I've not considered.
Moira's
Porter
mentioned
potty?
Something about tuning
Porta
in.
potty's the worst possible
I should figure out
restroom.
what
This is true.
station she meant.
Yes, who's ready for bathroom percent next speedathon? If you're into it, send,
Only the games
send
in
money.
bathrooms, yeah.
Oh, here's our beautiful fancy spy equipment set up here.
Nancy, come see me.
Shut up, you, and I don't care.
Oh, here's our
I knew that was important.
B-list Ewan.
Hey, Nancy, what's going on? What's going on?
CJ said, I think it only took a couple hours.
No,
It was only a couple
Only.
hours, though, okay.
bye.
Just only a couple hours shooting virtual arrows at virtual targets, you know?
It's a living.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
Vin, whack, ice, Dan, bathroom percent.
Thank you for doing the planning for us.
Alright. Go to the room. My suitcase should be here, because Alec's a bro.
My luggage. Alec must have had it delivered. Wait a second. Mom's stuff is missing. Did Alec take it?
Mom stuff may be missing, but I see some mom jeans in there.
Here again?
Yeah, he didn't take those. Sadly.
Yep.
What's that?
Oh, weird. Okay.
Ooh, intrigue.
Okay, people in the chat, is that outfit cute or not?
Hot or not, Bridget's outfit.
Wear or tear? Tell me.
I need to use the key card Ewan gave me to activate this panel.
Yes, Nancy.
That's new.
Thank
We
you.
got one cute
Cathedral
from
secure.
McDaddo.
Shut
Another
up,
cute.
Regnant. Don't care.
But we have another donation from CJ for $3. Bullseye,
Are you-
smiley face. Thank
Yeah.
you, CJ.
Thank you.
Keep them
Do you have
coming.
anything that could help me?
Don't you guys want to hear awful, awful, truly awful Scottish accents?
Yes, we really do.
Talk to you later.
Because I at least want to hear Lexi's. I don't want to hear my own.
It's so bad.
Goodbye.
Bye.
English I can do, Scottish not so much.
I mean, if I could even roll my R's, it might be a different story, but
Temperature.
stop messing with that.
Isn't that a long-
Oh, don't spoil the accents, y'all.
I know.
We need people
I know.
to pay for them.
I'm just giving them like a sneak preview, you know, a little taste to whet their appetite. I hate that saying. Why did I say that?
Yeah, it's almost as bad as moist. Moist your appetite. Moisten your appetite. Get over here.
I did make a joke the other day during speedrun. No, while I was watching Lexi practice this game. And after he said that, I was like, that's me trying to tell my brain to stop messing with the rest of me. Maybe you had to be there. I don't know.
Need to be quick about this. Bridget could be back at any second.
I can't believe Ewan McGregor is in this game. Amazing. No, this is the B-list Ewan.
I wish.
Okay. Yeah, both of us wish. I say as he's on my profile
If Ewan
picture
McGregor
on
was
Discord.
actually the voice of Ewan, I'd probably like him more.
Let's see what Bridget's up
Oh, 100%.
to. Okay, I need to use the McLaughlin pattern here.
Okay, so...
I mean, her interactive doing authentic voice casting,
Is that a thing? I don't think it is.
right? It's asking too much. Apparently.
Well, you know, there's just a small little company. Can't afford those celebs.
Angel says, I think I'd want to remaster STFD because of just how quotable it is.
Yeah.
Agree.
Agreed. Yeah, can we not have the cabbie, though? The cabbie needs to go.
Oh, yeah.
The
Ewan
racist cabbie, yeah.
The problematic cabbie.
Oh, so many problematic unseen characters in these games. First Rita Hallowell and the cabbie. Well, he himself is not problematic. His depiction is, but you know.
The accent, yeah.
And yeah, Ewan in Birds of Prey, definitely. He was so good in that. I mean, he's good in everything, obviously, but obviously.
I'm getting the impression that you're a big fan of Ewan McGregor. Is that true? Can you confirm?
Cannot confirm nor deny.
Mm.
I work fast enough.
Yes,
I might
yes,
be able to-
You're
obviously.
silent on the topic, like a spy.
Right.
Yes, very
Perfect.
much so.
Oh, here we go.
What
Come
are
on,
you
Nancy,
doing,
you got
Nancy?
this.
She's like hopping up and down on the windowsill. I don't understand.
She wouldn't commit.
And she's like, do I want to go? Do I want to not?
Yeah.
I think it was like an attempt to animate her getting on the windowsill and like adjusting the thing, but yeah, it does just come off very weird.
Yeah, it didn't look right.
I need to slide a track.
Where can I take you today, miss? Oh, fun story for everybody in the chat about that quote in in SDFD. When I was a kid, I always thought they were saying, "Where can I take you, famous?" Like for
That's
whatever
cute.
reason, the cab driver was calling Nancy famous. I don't know. My brain as a child just my ears rather, misheard a lot of weird stuff.
Well, to be fair, Nancy Drew is pretty famous, so
Got it. I need to complete this myself.
She's not
to see what
wrong.
Bridget was up to.
Yeah. Fair point. Nancy Drew says, wait, what did Rita Hollowell do?
This should
Oh.
work for the dead drop.
for context, Rachel in Warnings at Waverly Academy says it's going to be problematic to find this picture or something along that line of the
okay.
picture of Rita Hallowell and her
We need
cat.
money first.
So it was
What? I don't have
a
enough
bit of a
money
joke yesterday.
in my grab.
Oh,
I guess
see.
I gotta make a cookie. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hello. You want to
Is this part of the run?
Some good.
No, it's not. I must have missed the money.
Exactly as shown.
It's fine.
If you want to get paid, the more cookies you make,
Shut
the
up.
Bonus
wealthier
cookie.
you get.
Okay, quick poll. Do people think that these cookies look good? Because I always thought they kind of look gross.
Okay, so we want that. Red.
I think they look fun. I don't know if I want to eat them necessarily, but I'm a chocolate gal, so anything that's not chocolate, I'm just automatically less excited about.
Okay, we good now.
See, I feel like I would like the cookies because I have a sweet tooth and I hate chocolate.
What? Carol.
Oh my, yes.
I don't know what happened. This has never happened before.
Oh, you're having to do more?
Yeah, I'm supposed to pick up enough money at this point to have money for the drop, and I don't know what happened.
How do you gain money usually by this point?
By picking up around the area.
Oh, gotcha.
I must have missed a couple. There we go.
Drop dead. I'll give it some time and see what happens next.
Well, you're still going strong.
It's okay. I recovered. Or at least it happened right when I was right next to the cookies.
Yeah, for sure. And we got to see the cookies, and now we're all hungry,
The
right?
cookies are the best part of the game, honestly. Colony.
How was my mom?
I understand.
Also, I'm still not dropping this I hate chocolate thing, Carol.
I was like, oh, I escaped. I didn't have to explain. I just don't like the taste. I don't like anything. I don't like anything about chocolate. And actually, fun fact, I'll give you this fun fact for free. Back in the day, I told my teachers I was allergic to it, so they had to bring in alternative candy for me.
Ooh.
Nancy.
I was a bit of a liar in 3rd grade, I have to admit.
I know, you heard some
Well,
stuff between me and your dad, but...
So my stepdad is not a big chocolate person. I think one of my friends
You'll understand.
all throughout school was also not a chocolate person,
If I
but
could tell you everything, I would. But for now...
I still love you guys.
Now, come and sit.
It just does not compute to my taste buds. It's not like chocolate.
That's valid. You know, as long as, you know, we can agree to disagree.
Thank you for
And plus, you know, if I ever get a bunch of chocolate and you happen to be nearby, you'll have some extra chocolate, you know?
Goodbye.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, the opposite is true. If I have... So I'm, like, not... Okay, here's another semantics question for everybody.
I need to figure out how to
Candy versus chocolate. When you refer to candy, do you include chocolate under that umbrella? Because I do not. Candy to me is like Sour Patch Kids, Jolly Ranchers, you know, that kind of thing. And chocolate is just its whole category. Sorry.
I agree, yeah.
Okay, let's see. I'm Canadian and very vehement no.
Okay, so maybe it's
Candy,
like a
please.
Canadian thing.
I heard it's an American thing. What, an American thing to call candy or call chocolate candy?
That'd be interesting to know.
Depends on the
See,
chocolate.
I do like this argument. If we would expect to see it in a Halloween bag, it is candy. But at the same time, there's like
balls in there.
non-candy stuff, right?
Yeah.
You were a worthy opponent, but I beat you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you could get apples.
But
Yep, and
I
popcorn
can't pass
balls.
this up.
Popcorn balls? Tell me more about this.
You don't know about popcorn balls?
I've never heard of this before, but I'm very intrigued.
It's... How? Okay.
I mean,
so
I'm not
basically
like a
they're
huge
like
person.
balls of popcorn, but they're like stuck together with like molasses. They're really tasty.
Oh my, that sounds delicious.
I should investigate
I need
that
to
there when I can.
go trick-or-treating.
I didn't realize
I
there was
guess.
a Midwest thing. Okay.
If I can get all of the colors into the correct circle, I should be able to get this off.
If it's like Snickers, it's candy, but like fancy non-Hershey chocolate bar isn't. I feel like I kind of lean that way too. Like I could say that like a Snickers or a Milky Way or something is like candy bar. Candy bar not a thing. Interesting. We say chocolate bar.
Where were you?
I think you guys are just fueling my desire to move to Canada.
What
Like
are
maybe
you
I fit
doing?
in better there because I'm agreeing with a lot of the
candy stuff.
semantics here.
Ooh, here's the spy glasses.
Ooh. And the incentive is $50,
and I'll
right?
put them on while I'm running.
And then
Yes, we're about
Hi,
$27
Nancy.
away from some cool spy glasses.
Thanks.
so Lexi, if you put them on, are you putting them on over your glasses, or is
Yes.
this gonna be like a like you
over my
can't
glasses.
see
Otherwise, I won't
during
be
the
able to
run?
see squat.
Is it
That could be an interesting run for sure.
Whoa.
I don't think we have enough time for that.
Oh, that's a shame. Just the basics. Mate, you...
Canada is a cool place. I would really like to visit for sure. At least visit before I decide to move there.
Uh-oh, who's this?
Yes, I'm pro Canada,
What's going on?
as you can tell from the fact that I live there.
Canada.
See you around.
I live here, but I don't know if I'm necessarily pro-US. But
There we go there.
I'm I don't know. I'm pro international community and travel.
Those
And
glasses for you.
Yeah.
I don't...
Definitely not.
Aye.
Talk to you later.
See you around.
Okay, wear or tear Ewan's shirt.
Where a Terry Ewan shirt. Now this is a really dumb trigger. You have to leave and come back for no reason.
Ewan changed
Weird.
the security. He must have left a clue for me to get back down. I bet I have something.
I
that
would
might
say,
help.
I feel like back in the day when Her Interactive did streams on Twitch, and I mean, I think they streamed this game. I feel like there was a big conversation about Ewan's shirt.
There was I know I've heard it more than once that people hate it.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that stream as well.
Wait, so in the speed run of this game, when Bridget becomes Zoe, you don't actually have to have that whole conversation?
So your friend...
Well, I skipped through all of it.
You skipped it, okay.
I'll let you go.
Yeah, I accused her of being a spy, and then I just skipped through the conversation because you don't need to hear it in the last couple games.
If I group the colors,
I accused her of being a spy, and then I just ignored her when she talked to me about it.
I was watching somebody else. Oh, go ahead, Carol.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was watching somebody else, just not a speed run, just like a normal playthrough of this game, and they were having that conversation with Zoe, and I didn't realize how many times she repeated verbatim, again and again, "Nancy, you will die."
She does, yeah.
She says it so weird too, but.
Go home, Nancy Drew. Shut up.
She's so dramatic. I guess she is a spy, so I'll let it slide. It's like a dramatic profession.
Very much so. Oop.
Also, Lexi, I have a question.
Sure.
I believe you speed run a fair number of games. Do you prefer the games where you can skip dialogue, or ones where you kind of get that break when there's dialogue?
I actually prefer the ones with the dialogue because my hands, I've got bad carpal tunnel, so this one's kind of rough on my hand, but that's okay.
Yeah, so the dialogue gives you a chance to rest.
Yep. In theory, I also get really tired of listening to the dialogue, though, but...
Watch Zoe.
It's a trade-off.
For anything.
Exactly. Alright. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
See you around.
Angel says, personally, I don't think the slicked back ponytail is a good look for Zoe.
Interesting. Fresh and
I
hot
never-
takes.
Yeah, I never...
Catch me.
Back.
Lot of opposition to slick back ponytails at the speedathon between Zoe and Leela from Warnings of Waverly Academy. That was a whole debate yesterday.
Clips to tap into the system.
Yeah, Leela, I would say. Not a good look for Leela. I don't know about Zoe, really. I think it's fine, I guess.
I'll repeat it again, middle school me, that was my look. That was my brand.
Oh, okay, Nancy Drew, this makes a lot of sense. Candy is a sweet food made with sugar or other sweeteners, but fancy chocolate can be bitter and unsweetened. So I will concede Snickers is candy, but not chocolate generally. I think I agree with that.
Valid.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider dark chocolate candy. It's still just chocolate to me. Like, I don't know. This is when I say that I should have been a linguistics major in college, because I'm oddly fascinated by stuff like this, like the nuances of language. And this is why I have no friends. No, I'm just kidding.
Clearly untrue.
Now to find the readout program.
100% bakers by the
Baker
count. You eat that? Like, you just eat it? You don't... The only time I get, like, the baker's bars where you melt the chocolate for making stuff? Is that what you're talking about? Or is there a different brand, maybe in Canada, that we don't have, called Bakers? Angel says, I feel like it's the combination of the tight ponytail and the severe makeup. Okay.
That's what's here.
That's fair. Zoe needs to keep her hair slicked back so she can put a wig on at any moment's notice. That makes sense, actually.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want to go...
This one? No. This one. No. Yeah, one of those. Okay. This doesn't go. No. There we go. And this.
These letters must be one of her codes.
All right.
Zoe here. From where I come, there I
So,
go.
Lexi, what would be your favorite and least favorite parts of this particular speedrun?
I did what you said.
Clicking through the dialogue is probably my least favorite part. My favorite part are the bench puzzle and then the trash compactor puzzle.
You can find them. The dead drop location, yeah, the lockers, I get it. Just promise me you're not going to hurt her. I want to talk to her now. I want to hear her voice.
What is he talking about?
We'll never know because we're skipping all the dialogue. Get that in there.
Time to figure this thing out.
Whoever's texting me can wait. I'm doing important stuff here.
And Risa says that the bench puzzle is MVP of this game. Or maybe of all puzzles, I'm not sure.
I love that puzzle.
Great time for my Wi-Fi to die.
Oh no!
But I have returned. I'm sorry, guys.
Welcome back.
It's okay. It's happened to other people this weekend. Don't worry about it.
I think my contribution to the speedathon is just tech problems. It's not great.
It's okay.
So I'll be honest, I don't watch or replay this game very much, so I'm like, the bench puzzle? What? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, honestly, it does not look too familiar to me either.
I'm sure it's great, but I'll take Reese's word for it, you know, like.
Convince Dad to help me with that.
I'm stuck here.
I'm dead. I need the sheet. Talk to you later.
You have a physical version of the bench puzzle? How does that work?
Oh, like it has manipulatives. That would be really cool, actually.
Our favorite golf ball. Yeah, truly.
Right, it's ready to play.
Carson is really just a golf ball. I have a question for the chat. Oh, wait, we have bagpipes. We may have to listen to this. Pause for bagpipes. I don't know why I'm so into bagpipes.
They're a cool instrument.
So my question for chat is, right, like actual art for Carson Wynn. Good question. Along those lines, if we casted Carson, who would we pick to play Carson Drew?
This isn't casting, because I would not want this person to be cast as Carson. But even from when I was like a kid, I always kind of imagined like a Mitt Romney type. And then I saw Mitt Romney and I was like, hey, that's Carson. No, I never said that. But that's like the kind of person I imagine.
Oh no.
Oh lordy.
I do not imagine that. I would not wish that upon Carson.
Risa says the guy who plays the dad in Veronica Mars.
That's a code, all right.
Okay.
I'd better get cracked.
If I knew anything about Veronica Mars, I'm sure I would agree.
Yeah, I never really watched Veronica Mars. I knew about it. I don't know. I guess I didn't. Maybe I was too busy like watching
on these cards.
other things. I watched a lot of One Tree Hill.
Code of some sort. I need to figure this out. There must be something.
That's
around
probably dating me, aging me really, really bad. But
must be for breaking the code.
Some other potentials are Gregory Peck as Atticus Finch, but that's not possible. Lassie from Psych, that's a good one. He's a good actor. Jake from State Farm.
Who's Jake from State Farm?
You know, Jake from State Farm. Actually, one time I was on an airplane and like one of the lead, the pilot, yeah. I was trying to remember what this person was. And he looked just like Lassie from Psych, and I just, I'm always kind of like, you know, maybe being an actor is a side job. I've never bothered to look it up.
Was that a bug?
You know, maybe his main job is being a pilot.
Also,
that'd be really cool.
Do less thinking aloud.
I think I want to say.
Whoa.
So my sister-in-law, who lives in New York, is doing a lot of like background extra work
if I arrange the pieces
to get by.
Within the grid, it should reveal a message.
And I don't know. I listen to a lot of podcasts with actors on them, and from what I have gathered in the past couple of years is that unless you're like, I don't know,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right. Like,
you gotta have a
unless
side
you're-
hustle.
Yeah, unless you're like that level of actor, you need like something else to depend on because it's
Hello?
not gonna like.
Oh, geez, it's this one. Hold on. Please sit down, please. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Got it.
Harnitha.
We
There
get some
we
plugs
go.
for the quick thinking to rectify that puzzle.
For real.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Or better,
Ask the raven.
some donations
Follow
in the
the
chat.
raven to
Not
the
in the chat.
archives.
Some
The scientist
donations
is
for
still
the
in danger.
oceans
Someone must tell him to run.
to show your
The
appreciation.
vaccinated will arrive
Yes,
while the rest
actually,
the
fun
ocean.
fact:
Hi, Mom.
whoever donates the
Hey,
most
you were
money
talking
by the
about
end of this run, their pick for Carson Drew will actually be casted in my brain.
Yeah, totally.
I will bug her interactive about it. I will email them repeatedly, no matter how much they ignore me.
And surprise, what will actually happen is that your choice of actor is
I need to
who they'll model Carson Drew off of for Indy 34.
Also, very important announcement. We sold out the first run of stickers, but there are 8 more. So all proceeds from those stickers will be fed back into the Speedathon, and you get a cool sticker. So buy, like NSYNC said.
It's too late to use the "It's Gonna Be May."
It is way too late
But
for that. Okay.
But you
lives
can
rent-free
still
in my head.
use the Britney Spears version, just so typically May, you know?
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, there's several Oh, maybe I'm behind in the chat. I'm sorry. I'm looking at who has pilot license.
What, people have pilot licenses? That's cool.
No, actors. John Travolta, Harrison Ford,
Yes.
Bruce Dickinson. I don't know who Bruce Dickinson is.
The name's really ringing a bell, so I'm gonna feel a bit silly when someone's like, hey, oh wait, I think he's in Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, which is one of my favorite movies, so I think I'm gonna be embarrassed. Oh, never mind, he's apparently the lead singer for Iron Maiden.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was thinking, like, along the lines of these were all actors, but okay. That makes sense as to why he would fly the band plane. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Just having like an in-house pilot.
This must be the contact info for the scientist
Yeah.
Mom placed into hiding.
Although I guess it would be kind of annoying because it's like, do you want to like play a show and then like fly a plane or drive a tour bus? No. You know? I mean, I don't like doing those things anyway, but...
Oh, John Travolta might have lost his recently. I seem to remember him being involved in a crash or something, says Dr. Ray Ray.
Scientist's number.
Wow.
Damn.
I think I need to warn him
Dang.
about what's going on.
That was pretty, PG. So,
It was mild, but...
yeah, it was very mild.
This is Nancy calling for.
It was a while back. Hashtag family friendly.
Wow.
We get some family-friendly comments in the donations? Hell yeah. Oh, and apparently Tom Cruise has a pilot's license. That makes sense.
Yeah, he does.
Welcome
he,
for
he likes
joining
planes.
Yandema, who I always want to call E, but I don't think a lot of people here
I'm sorry. I just
will follow that.
Like mother, like daughter, I see. Well, too bad.
It's just an
You're
old
doing it.
nickname.
Did you know I wrote this?
no.
I did.
Or Gavin's cousin
To you.
Twitch.
These aren't just.
We love Gavin's cousin Twitch. Wow, I can't talk.
That's such a, oh my gosh, that's such a throwback. Gavin's cousin
They find
Twitch.
their way into every song I play. This phrase, this is your father.
Are you
Has
on the
anyone
Somewhere,
else in
but
chat
it's not important.
had like an
All I can
original
hear
Twitch
when I sit
name that
down
they
to
no
play.
longer go by?
Why are you leaving?
Have they changed their? Have you guys changed your username over the years?
Just know this. If you knew, you would understand.
I know Aaron Casey Gamers used to be something graphics girl or something. I can't remember. If anyone knows.
I thought you were gonna say it was something graphic, and I was like,
No graphics.
oh.
It's like no, it had to do with she had a degree in graphics or something.
Family
Let's see.
friendly.
Go mess with the computer control. Alright, I will do that. I'll go to my room first, that's right. I gotta go get shot.
Oh, now the real question, who would you cast as Ned? For me, it's the CGI Golem? Or do you mean Gollum from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
What?
Well, they spelled it like Golem.
What happened?
Like the mythical.
Either way, it's still a what?
This wasn't me.
I'm sensing some Ned hate in the chat.
Run! It's just a little bit of
Screaming
Ned
my
hate.
crash. Sit Nancy. Call him.
HS has changed hers and then changed back, CJ says.
Yeah, that's true. But that's because I was upset at Twitch. And I decided that was how I was going to show it. So
This is going to be bad.
What did you change it to?
Oh, it was Heartless Sigyn for a while, and then no one could pronounce it. Sigyn, and so I just changed it back to Shroom when
I think before I knew that it was Sigyn, I said like sign in my head.
Yeah, everyone does, because that's the closest English word.
The sheet music from Dad. This
Risa used to be RKD.
Still, I should
Cute, I like it.
Okay.
The cards are gone.
Sorry.
Oh, the card's gone.
Moderator account and my streamer account, but I've changed the name on this account to be more distant from my legal name. That's fair.
We're getting closer to endgame here, guys.
Okay, well, to be fair, you can put any white guy of the right age as Ned, but the TV show did change that, so you can go outside the box.
Tell me something good.
I got to think.
So you can cast like, what's a really like outside the box Ned? Jeff Bridges.
No, he's Victor.
Yeah, he is.
Sorry, Bo Bridges.
Victor.
I was gonna say outside of the box Ned, Simu Liu.
A little short on funds.
How did I lose so
Okay, that I'm kind of down with that. A Canadian Ned.
I would be into that Ned.
There's one up here that I can get.
Ooh, Ross Butler. Ooh,
Who is Ross
I like
Butler?
that. That's who plays Zach in 13 Reasons Why, right? Am I crazy? I just said that the other day, because so I'm getting like a lot of Old Spice ads on YouTube. I don't know why. I hate Old Spice. But I think Ross Butler is on one of those ads. And I was like, wow, he's looking pretty good. Oh, Bench How Dare You is obsessed with Ross Butler. Amazing. I could see him as Ned. That would be great.
I don't know how it's so short on money. I don't understand, but okay.
This is just cookie run, okay?
The money is kind of RNG based because they're always in the same spot, but they're not always the same amount. I think you can lose runs to that, so which I just think I got really bad RNG. Bears. Oh, do I? Yeah, I should be able to put bears.
I mean, I just see it as a.
Welcome back, JCat.
JCat in the chat. What is wrong with me?
It's fine. Okay.
What did I miss here?
Did Did anyone get enough sleep last night? Let's be real here.
I think I did, but I didn't go to bed until like 5
The missing card.
a.m.?
This one's soaking and
Yes.
added to the rest.
Okay.
But I
was gonna say I stayed up a bit late and went to bed just before midnight, and that was a bit unique of me.
That'd be very early for me, but I have like no sleep schedule whatsoever, so.
That's valid. Maybe we should set up a poll. If you have a good sleep schedule, you have to donate $5.
Oh yeah, for sure, because that wouldn't be me.
There must be more cards.
Well, no, if you have a bad sleep schedule, you have to donate $10.
Oh, okay,
There's something hidden on
That's
these
fair.
cards.
What about we do a thing that says, is midnight early or late to go to bed?
Oh, late. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, let's do that. Do you want to set it up?
Yeah, I got this.
I like it.
Thank you.
Also, I just want to appreciate this comment. I'm really behind in the chat, but Hotchkiss, my bagpipes, says, I'm not a man, but I'm mediocre, white, and the right age. I feel that. Underrated
feel
comment
ya.
right there. Am I the right age? How old is Ned? Maybe I'm too old.
College age.
Okay, I'm too old.
Yeah, he's too old. Yeah, he's young boy. Alright, where are we at?
Angel, yes, I did, because I slept until like 1. I just did a lot of lurking in the speedathon.
Just goes over here.
I have a good sleep schedule, but also a good sleep disorder. See, I think I am suspicious that maybe that is me, but I don't have the schedule. 6 to 7 hours of sleep, that would not be enough for me. I think 9 maybe is my sleep spot. My sweet spot.
Your sleep spot.
Please tell us in the donations right now, is midnight early or late to go to bed?
Hold on, let me donate so I can make sure I outvote everyone who thinks that anytime after 12 is acceptable.
You know, it's when you have a delayed sleep phase disorder, it does make it difficult, I have to say.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll make an exception.
I need to look it up.
Delayed sleep phase disorder?
Just delayed sleep phase disorder. What is that?
Basically, your body just doesn't produce melatonin at the right time, so you just are, you know, you can't sleep early.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
that's my brain. My body is like, you know what the best sleep schedule is? It is 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. And I'm like, that's not very helpful with a job.
Right.
No,
but
it's not.
My body says, yeah, that's what we got.
That's interesting that you say that, because I feel like when I think about my ideal sleep schedule, if, you know, we lived in a perfect world, that's what mine would be. I've learned something today. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm full of medical facts.
I know the feeling.
Donate for more medical facts with Risa.
That's what I was gonna say.
Dr. Risa, you know?
I am referred to as Dr. Risa by several friends.
Why didn't you
This is
connect?
the formula
There we
for the
go.
biological bomb agent my mom was hiding. I can't let this fall into the wrong
Frederica
hands.
Geraldine gets off work at 10 p.m., so midnight is not really late. Yeah. And some people have different work schedules where
I'm still not sure if this counts as a concussion, because Zoe says sit down if you don't want to wake up with a concussion, and Nancy does not sit down, and then she falls.
Yeah,
She's
so
unconscious.
she definitely gets a concussion.
What's that?
Sit down if you don't want to wake
All
up.
right, I will message Veronica to let her know to up the concussion count.
Does not sit down.
10?
I'm not ready.
Something like that. Nancy's brain is just dead.
I get it.
I mean, aren't we all?
I keep screwing up.
Join it.
By the way, we did have a donation come in. It's from Carol. I don't know who that is,
I'm never going to be
but they said, "I love having a good sleep schedule. Veronica, do not interact."
Go home, Nancy.
Hotchkiss, my Scottish middle-aged lesbian just voted. Donate. Oh my god. $5. Why is no one donating for spyglasses? Also, Lisa, more medical facts, please.
What do we want a medical fact about? Because I have so many of them.
Bones.
Hey,
Bones?
up.
Okay. So, bone density is
Looks
honestly
like
it's
Elise
something
is
that
trapped behind the
decreases
levers.
in
I'll need to
people
get it out.
over time, and
I can do this.
especially
Not
in
reassuring.
people who produce
All right,
estrogen
well, I'm
in
gonna
the
do
body
my best
once
to
they
enjoy
hit
the time I have left.
middle
It'll be
age
brief.
and like
Painful
menopause,
and full
it
of
can cause their
garbage,
bone
but
density
that's
to go
life,
into
isn't it?
decline way
And that's the
faster.
metaphor I'm
So
writing
that's
into
why
the grave.
it is more likely
much
for
smaller and flatter
older
than average grave.
women
There's
to have
just
osteoporosis.
no way I'm spending my last moments on Earth with you.
Can you explain bone density to me like I'm 5?
What's
Like
your
you're
deal,
5.
huh?
Okay,
I
give me a
just
Yes.
want to help. And you're
I've noticed
nothing
that
but
the
a
game
problem.
just got super loud.
You can't help, Nancy.
The cutscenes do that
Yeah,
sometimes.
it was just like, I'm like, I don't know if people can hear me while I'm
It's
talking.
happening.
Never stopped me before.
But
It's dark.
bone density is how dense, like, all of our bones have
There we go.
like marrow and
Got it.
they have
Let's get
calcium and stuff like that. That's why milk is fortified
What
with
are you going to do
calcium
now?
so
Nothing.
that
Wait,
we
go.
can take, you know,
Great. I can use
ingest that so we can build it up. And that's why people who are vegan often have low bone density if they are not supplementing correctly. But at the same time, most people I know who are vegan supplement correctly. So, why not calcium-infused water? That's just hard water. Just drink some nice, fresh mountain water, and you too will get calcium.
Just gonna have to go up the mountain for that one. We did not make it to 50, right? So I don't have to put glasses on.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. We're only 7 away, though. If someone wants to throw $7 in and get not only spyglasses, but also a fun medical fact about something of their choosing.
That's true.
So.
Ooh.
I have many, many medical facts to share. And they're actually correct. I'm not just making them up, I promise.
Yeah, those are, yeah, I could tell those are real.
Yes, Risa is actually an encyclopedia of medical knowledge.
Yeah, this isn't Sarah's thing from yesterday.
To be fair, I was also making up facts yesterday about tea.
True.
You mean to tell me that those facts weren't true?
You know, I don't know what you're talking about. They were 100% true, actually.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I thought, you know.
Yeah,
I was
100%
taking them at face value, you know.
Just like last year's bird facts. Bird facts were all 100% factual.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, someone then was like, then name 5 birds. I bet you can't. And then I think chat listed like 100 birds, which was fantastic.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was pretty good.
That was wild. Don't test the Nancy Drew community, honestly.
This must be the right
It's
corner.
true. We all have special interests. This is a fandom of neurodivergent people.
Oh yeah. Including me.
And including me.
Oh, speaking of milk and vegans, I saw it's called like Next Milk, and it's like a mix of like soy and coconut and something else, probably oat. And I was like, why'd you have to call it Next Milk? You know?
That's weird.
Yeah, that sounds kind of weird.
I think Silk, like the soy milk company makes it. Don't quote me on that though.
You know, we just got two new donations.
Oh, nice.
Okay, spyglasses. Put them on.
Carol, I'll let
Oh,
you read the
yeah.
donations. You are the
I
donation
found
reader.
a secret room at the train
Yes.
station.
We have $7
I'm gonna
from
team together just
Paige saying,
I'll take care of
"Can't
it.
spyglasses, spyglasses." Also voted early. Midnight is early.
Midnight's early.
You
Midnight's
also
about
have
when I go to bed.
we also have Alyssa. $7 spyglasses. Risa, give me a random medical fact. Chef's choice.
Oh, well, you know, Lissa knows a lot of the same medical facts I know. So I'll have to come up with something else. However,
How many bombs do you think no one
I'm
was
going
able
to
to
call
make?
out the fact that in the chat, Mutant Pudding just said next milk and chill. So
What's my next move?
I just had to call attention to that. However, random medical fact
I'm on it.
is, let me think. Well, did you guys know that a lot of our things, we have something called connective tissue in our body. And the connective tissue is basically what holds all of us together. And connective tissue can sometimes become mutated. There are several different disorders that can cause mutated connective tissue in some way or another. But also, we have something called mast cells that live in our connective tissue. So if you have one of these disorders that weakens your connective tissue, sometimes your mast cells will come out just because they want to and start attacking things as if you're allergic to them. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah, my
can...
stepmom has that.
So do I. So it's called
Oh,
mast cell
God.
activation syndrome, and sometimes your mast cells can just come out and be like, hey, let's have anaphylaxis. And,
Right.
you know?
It's scary. It's not fun.
No. But yes, that's
Not
our
that I
whole-
know firsthand, but
No. Of course not. But yes, that's my medical fact there.
yeah.
So you're
definitely
saying parts
not
of my
fun.
body could mutate and I can become an X-Men.
Sadly, no. These genetic conditions are, in fact, from birth. So, yeah, it's true. Lissa and I are medical squad goals. You guys are not on our level. We share like a handful of conditions. I actually am an X-Men. But my superpower is dislocation. So it's not really that much fun.
Oh, we don't want that.
No. So it's, yeah.
Next, you need the blue drive from the Hay server.
We're learning so much about Risa. She's an X-Men.
Yeah.
She has a lesbian marriage.
Apparently. That's, you know.
And then I knew about the Cats acting in a production of Cats thing, but I had never seen the picture.
No, yeah.
Now get the yellow drive.
Your superpower is having more than one form of arthritis. Yes. Perfect.
Oh no, not more than one form of arthritis.
Yeah, some of us have fun superpowers like that. Also,
That
the
does not
superpower to
sound like
stand
what
up
I
and
want.
immediately pass out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my sister used to do that.
It's fun.
Get the purple drive from the Douglas server.
Okay.
Why only have one when you can have two? Exactly. My superpower is walking into a doctor's office and having them have to Google things.
I've actually had that happen before. It's usually like I come up with like creative ways of like, you know, doing vitamins and minerals and stuff. They're like, oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of hard to see where these are.
Well, it wouldn't have been a good incentive if it hadn't made it more
Exactly. It's supposed to be a problem, right?
My superpower is my doctors being concerned. Yeah, mood. Oh, what a mood.
Nope. Oh my gosh. Literally can't find it.
Okay, we have another fun non-dairy milk called Not Milk, which is made with pea protein and also has pineapple juice and cabbage juice. It tastes better than those ingredients sound, but my dairy drinking friends say it actually tastes pretty decent and close-ish to dairy milk. Interesting.
That's just a bunch of other super common allergens, though. Like pea protein and pineapple juice.
Yeah. There we go.
Like,
It's too dark.
Incentive, if you donate $1,000 right now, Risa, Mandy, and Sarah will be healed. It's, you know, it's true.
A worthy cause.
It's true. Fix our bones and our joints, and maybe give us the power to stand up for long periods of time.
And you're also helping the ocean in the process. So
and I guess you're helping the ocean.
You're winning all around.
True.
Lexi,
Yes.
what's your vision like right now? Are you able to see through those spyglasses?
I can. It's just because that one scene was just really dark, and I have trouble finding things anyway in that. But yeah, I can see pretty fine. It was just that one location that I was like, oh no.
Well, you're looking pretty bad apostrophe. I don't know how.
Family.
It was the first A word that came to mind. I don't know why.
Thank you, atoll. Remember, we had all of these.
Yes.
We had all of these A words last night.
Abalone.
Abalone, which
bad abalone.
Yes, that's the new one. Bad bagpipes, bad asbestos. I mean, all asbestos is bad asbestos.
This is true.
Yeah, can you please tell me what the good asbestos is?
The kind that doesn't create dust.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, some people were saying, I think the previous puzzle was one of their favorite puzzles. I forget about it when I talk about favorite puzzles.
The Sudoku thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the colors are just so satisfying.
Cool.
I agree, the colors are really nice.
I'm gonna give a fun fact about asbestos. The theater where I worked when I was a teenager, and into adulthood, the catwalk was covered in asbestos, and we would have to sit up there to do spotlights. So we were all being exposed to asbestos.
Lovely.
Wow.
So, you know.
That's not great.
The things you do.
There was something similar at our university where some of the old, I think they originally started as dorms and then they got converted to like faculty offices. They were so bad that they just like completely tore them down a few years ago. And yeah, what's sad is like, it was only a few years ago that they tore them down.
Nothing like a little teen asbestos. Yeah.
Whoa.
And if I get mesothelioma, do I get to sue the city of San Diego? Because they own the building. Is that something I can do? I don't know. We'll have to ask a lawyer.
Probably.
Oh man, the best part of the game where Nancy's in the group chat.
Dear Mom, my trip to Scotland was eventful, to say the least. I'm not entirely sure I should have done, but in some ways things worked out.
I totally was paying attention. So yes, awesome. That was an hour and 8 minutes.
Formula has been destroyed for
nice.
Not what I was getting.
Ewan is gone.
And considering I had all kinds of weird stuff going on, that was pretty okay.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. We are for it. Thank you so much. This was a fantastic run. Where can we find you?
Twitch.tv on heartless_shroom.
Nice. Okay, and Paige, where can we find you?
Twitch.tv/rooftopsong.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much, everyone. Stay tuned. Up next is the one that I totally have put on the next screen. So I'm going to not be completely just killing time while I change things. So yes, thank you guys so much, and stay tuned for Alibi and Ashes. Hooray!